Is it possible to drive a car and still have a clean environment? To refine a cleaner gasoline? Can solar power become mainstream? Could business go further and be a force for good? Can 100,000 people in 100 countries come together to build a new brand of progress for the world? We think so. And today, BP, Amoco, Arco, and Castro get together to try. Beyond Petroleum. BP.
In 1909, BP was known as the Anglo-Persian Oil Company. It was only renamed British Petroleum Company in 1954. One of the major mergers that BP did was in 1998 with Amoco, the American Oil Company. BP is an energy company. BP is a large company operating in 6 continents, and their products and services is available in more than 80 countries. As you can see, these are the core brands of BP. The strategy of BP is to increase investment toward research and development, and BP is also looking to form partnership with resource holders to be more competitive in the industry. As you can see, by August 2011, BP industry share was 76.34 compared to its competitors.
I'm going to be talking about the external environment that is affecting BP. Political. The United States government has called for more safer drilling, for BP not to repeat the same incident in the Gulf of Mexico, which has led to significant uncertainty with the United States government. Social. Because of the oil spill in the United States, this has led to has an effect on their reputation with the anti-BP demonstration, and also with the loss of cash flow. Technology. BP spent $780 million on their research and development, including $211 million relating to the Gulf of Mexico.
2010 continued to recover from the impact of a global economic recession. The global economy grew by 4.9% in 2010. It was a year of remarkable energy consumption growth. To be exact, the growth rate is about double against their 10-year average. The largest increase in the growth was seen in China and the US. In the UK, retail industry experienced a dramatic bounce back in the growth during 2010 after a dramatic slump in 2009. In 2010, the fuel retailing industry had a total revenue of $70,169.5 million, represents a compound annual growth rate of 4.9% between 2006 and 2010. The UK inflation has surged to its highest level since April 2010, as the rising cost of food and oil continue to hit consumer and businesses. In addition, energy demand fell by more than GDP in 2009, and it rose by more than GDP in 2010. That was the strongest increase for nearly 40 years. The crude oil averaged almost $80 per barrel for the year, an increase of nearly 30% over 2009. Prices started to rise towards the end of 2010, and with Brent now is nearly $115. After falling for 2 repeated years, global economic consumption grew by 2.7 million barrels per day to reach a record level of 87.4 million barrels per day. This was the largest percentage increase since 2004. In the long run, viewpoint is one of the growing demand of energy, particularly in Asia. Rising income and expecting urban population exceeded to drive the demand, while the development towards a lower carbon economy will require technology, innovation and investment.
Hello guys, I'm going to explain about the BP Porter 5 process. For the competitive market, the expand the market share in overseas, making business globalized. Obviously, Porter 5 process is very important. It influences company profitability through affects their price cost and the capital requirement. First, we have to look at the threats of the entrance. Threats of the entrance, BP is very moderate. Because of BP is the third largest company in oil industry. Because setting up their new fuel farms can be very cost effective. It will also be very difficult for the newcomer. On the other hand, The threat of the new entrants in the oil industry is high, or it can say in a strong way. BP is a market leader, but the strong growth of the industry combined with the low cost and the easy access to the buyers, which tempting for the newcomers is very difficult. As we can hear for the slides, recently BP got the 7th licensing permission in the EU. Second, we can go for the rivalry is moderate due to the switching cost. BP main competitors are ExxonMobil, Royal Dutch Shell, and it's very high competition with their competitive market. Even though there is a strong rate of the growth within the industry, rivalry remains moderate. Due to switching cost, size of the competitors, and similar of those competitors, there is a high price competition as well as any other industry. Nevertheless, there are a few major market leaders, and there is no place for small companies which cannot offer the same low prices. The third threat would be the substitute. Place of the substitute is very low for the BP. BP does face the threats of substitutes such as electric car. Threats of substitute of oil current movement is really very big, mainly due to its high prices of such. Solar panel and other alternative energy include high switching costs and long waiting time, which makes them unattractive to the consumer. Although that is in the bioethical and also exists and availability is low. Even though the threat of substitute is big, BP has already taken it under consideration as mentioned. Into the market of alternative energy, BP is investing a huge amounts of into developing new technologies. Bargaining power of buyers. Buyer bargaining power is very low for the BP because of its motor fuel. Needs of the consumer are high, and there are no substitute of motor fuels. That indicates a low degree of buyer power, even though the brand awareness is high. Because of the extreme budget for the marketing and advertisement of the oil companies, brand loyalty is low, product difference is low. Considering the many exciting players on the market, this makes the buyer's bargaining power moderate. Bargaining power of suppliers. Considering the large size of suppliers, the number of suppliers, and switching cost for the independent retailers, we indicate that the supplier power is strong in that sense. The leading corporates are large and they do everything from the fuel supply chain. There is a high degree of forward integration within the industry. So it does make sense if it is a high supply power with the Middle East.
According to Business Source in year 2011, the strength of BP is that it has a strong research and development R&D capability. In 2010, the cost on R&D was 780 million and 587 million in 2009. BP has selected 20 major technology programs in order to maintain its competitive performance in resource access and low carbon energy. Weaknesses. The oil spill in Gulf of Mexico. BP had a bad environmental disaster in the US. In April 2010, a gas relief subsequent explosion happened on the Deepwater Horizon oil rig, which was drilling an exploration well on BP operating license. Opportunity. The transformational partnership between BP and Reliance Industry. The partnership because the total change comprises BP taking 30% stake in 23 oil and gas production sharing contract that Reliance operates in India. Threats. It is facing risk concerning a deep water drilling ban against oil companies. Oil companies are waiting for approval to drill oil in the Gulf of Mexico. The internal stakeholders of BP are employees and suppliers. Employees are important internal stakeholders as they affect how BP operates. BP ensures that the right employees are in the right job and you understand the value. The other internal stakeholders of BP are its suppliers. BP has a process which allows the company to choose suppliers carefully on merit in order to avoid conflicts of interest. The company will do business with suppliers if only if they act in line with the BP obligations.
I'm going to be talking about the stakeholders analysis. I'm going to mention two external stakeholders, which are customers and local communities. Customers. As we know, without customers, there is no business. BP ensure that their customers are satisfied with their product by using a variety of methods, by getting feedback from them. They use focus group to engage with their customers, and they always make sure that they are truthful and loyal to their customers. Local communities. BP sees it as a vital element to engage with their local communities by using mass media such as newspaper, radio, and the internet. And BP ensure they contact all local stakeholders before any project starts. Conclusion. BP future strategy is to focus in another form of energy supply, as the exploration of oil and gas is causing a lot of problem in the environment. BP should be more environmental friendly, as their main mission is to lower carbon emission.
Say hey, make the day a little better. Make your way a little better. Say hey, a little better. It's a place where I want to be. Say hey, say hey. Say hey.